The name of this video is something that you might be: why middle class people, most of them, will end up poor. And as I talk to you about this today, why don't you check out where you are and where it is that you're going? You know, I found that many people that live in the middle class, what we call the middle class, that means that I'm able to buy a house that I can't afford. I drive a car that is really pinching me, and I'm doing things that I don't need to do in order to make myself look a certain way or to make myself appeal as if I have more than I do. Well, these are real assurances that you're going to end up poor. We already know that middle class is just a place in your head. Wealth and riches are something totally different. It all depends on how you think and how you think about yourself. It doesn't matter where you came from. It matters where you see yourself as, how you see yourself. No, I did not mess that up. It's where you see yourself as. Where? And where do I see myself? How do I see myself? And why do I see myself there? When I was raised in the projects, and it's coming up in the projects, many of the people around me saw themselves still in the projects. Some of them, you know, they sold dope, they had all kinds of money, they had cars, they had all of these different kinds of things, but they never saw themselves as going out of. Even when they left the projects, they were still there. Why? Because they took the mentality of the projects into that place. Now, I lived in the projects, but the projects was never in me. I always saw myself out of there. My father died when I was a little girl, when I was about 6 years old. My mother did domestic work, and we did have, we had that cheese, that government cheese, and we had assistance in different things. She had a little monies and stuff coming in, but I always saw myself as being something. I saw myself in going to New York. I saw myself with the 560 SL. I saw myself being able to help other people. I saw these things from a little girl. So therefore, my mentality, no matter how much people told me I could not do what it was that they thought was necessary, the way that they thought it was necessary for me to do it. I was a slow learner. I'm all the different things. If I was diagnosed, it would be ADD, ADHD. I'm colorblind. I really am. I'm dyslexic. I've done all of these things. All of these things would seem to be as if they were against me, but they actually worked for me. I realized something. If my father had have lived, I would not have had the life that I had. It was a whole lot of tragic stuff that happened in my life. They all served me. They serve me really well now as a PhD in psychology, not licensed by the state of California on purpose, as you know this. I'm an octogenarian, and I'm just reinventing. Now I don't do private sessions, except, if people want to pay me the kind of money that I'm asking, then I'll go ahead and do it. But I don't do that. I do group therapies and I do group things for people to be able to help more people. But poor people think, what can I get rather than what can I give? Game changer. Game changer. When you find out how you can help other people, you can't help but be wealthy. And when you find out what it is that you can do to help people, and especially people with money. You say, well, what about the poor? The poor, you can go back and help them, but what you're doing is this. By your having a testimony, by your being able to come out of that space, by your being not a victim, that will help everyone around you not to be that way. You will be able to change your environment. When you change your environment, when you change and start operating and interacting with people that know more than you do. This is another reason why middle class people and broke people will always be that way. Why is that? Because they have a false identity. They want to pretend that they know something that they don't. So therefore, they do not go around people that know more, people with more education, people that are able to use larger words or be able to explain things that they don't understand. They think that is stupid. They think that that shows that they're ignorant. No, that shows brilliance. I surround myself with people that are smarter than myself. I invest in myself. I have a coach that I pay. I have another coach that I pay. I have people that I interact with. I want you to realize something. You choose your financial status. As Sonia says, Dr. Sonia says, you may not have been born rich, but you may have been born poor, but you can make sure that you were the last one that was there. You can change your family line. She didn't say it that exact same way, but you can leave an inheritance for your children's children. Why don't you change the way you think, change the way that you see yourself, get rid of the pride, get rid of the arrogance, get rid of the falsity, and you won't have to be one of those middle-class people that lives like poor people for the rest of your life. This is the Octogenarian, Dr. B.J. Baker, and I approve of this message. Bye-bye.